Hi, I hope you are having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today I want to chat about a personality test that I absolutely love. I have no affiliation with it whatsoever. I'm just really obsessed, and I posted about it in the Smart 20s community Facebook group a few days ago to see what personality type everyone is in the community. And almost everyone has the same personality type as me. There are 16 different ones, and it's actually the rarest personality type apparently. So I just thought that was so cool. And if you have the same or a similar personality type to me, then you probably love personality tests and finding out more about yourself and that sort of thing. So just thought I'd share that, and then some of my results as well. I'm sure that if you found my blog and you can relate to the stuff I write about, then you can probably relate to this stuff too. So I will show you. Oh, I'm like talking so fast. So let me just have some tea. I got this cute mug. Isn't it cute? I think it's cute. It looks better in real life than in, I don't know. From Kmart. They have like the best mugs for $3. I feel like this is even cheaper. I'm just having some Earl Grey tea, my favorite. So this is the website. It is called 16personalities.com. It's actually just the Myers-Briggs personality test with the 16 personality types. I just really like this website because the way they break down the results is so good, and I'd learned so much. Like when I read my results, I was like, this is so creepy. I did it, I think, 2 years ago, and as soon as I took the test, which maybe took 5 to 10 minutes, I then made everyone that I knew take it because I really wanted to find out which personality type they were. I got Steve to do it. Oh, my voice. I got Steve to do it, and he said that when he was reading his, it felt more like he was reading a horoscope. So I think he didn't quite get the right one, or he's in between two, because if you get the right one, you will read it and you'll be like, this is so creepy. Like, this is me. So 16personalities.com. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I just really enjoy using the test. I recommend it to all my readers when they sign up to my emails, and so many of them reply and say they're the same personality type as me, which I think is so cool. Not that everyone's the same as me, but that like I'm trying to talk to women that are going through the same things I am, and it's just like really good to know that I am getting in touch with people that are actually experiencing similar things. And one of the parts of my personality type is perfectionism, so it kind of makes sense. Anyway, this is my personality type, INFJ. So each of the letters stand for different things. I should have refreshed myself on this before I did this video. But I is for introvert, so it's introverted, or you can be extroverted. So the first letter is either I or E. N is intuitive. T is the other option for that one, but I don't know what that is. Thinking. F is feeling, and J is judging. So that doesn't really make sense when it's described like that, but in case this is you, because there is a good chance you are, it says the INFJ personality type is very rare, making up less than 1% of the population, but they nonetheless I don't know what's happening to my voice, but they nonetheless leave their mark on the world. As diplomats, they have an inborn sense of idealism and morality, but what sets them apart is the accompanying judging trait. INFJs are not idle dreamers, but people capable of taking concrete steps to realize their goals and make a lasting positive impact. So, and then it says INFJs tend to see helping others as their purpose in life, but while people with this personality type can be found engaging rescue efforts and doing charity work, Their real passion is to get to the heart of the issue so that people need not be rescued at all. I love that so much. So when you go to it, it looks a bit better on a desktop, but it tells you a bit about the personality type that you are. People with the same personality type that are famous, from this personality type: Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. That's pretty good company. Then it has strengths and weaknesses. So I just wanted to chat on this for a second. So for INFJ, the strengths are creative, insightful, inspiring and convincing, decisive, determined and passionate. I don't know if decisive is right for me. I guess I do make decisions, but I can be indecisive. Just us, Steve. And altruistic. And the weaknesses, so this is what I wanted to talk about, not because I want to talk about my weaknesses, but because I talk about my struggles on Smart 20s, and these are all like the weaknesses. And I don't think as well, just because you're one personality type, that you can't change. Like, a lot of people actually in the Smart 20s community said that they took the test a few years ago and got one thing, and they've taken it now and they're another. And you can really obviously change your personality type, and you can change your characteristics. I think all of that can be changed if you want to change it. So it's not like reading this and you're like, oh well, that's just me. And like, I don't think it's good to use this as justification for behaving in a certain way or not trying to improve, or being like, oh, I'm just a sensitive person. Like, you can do something about that. So the INFJ weaknesses are sensitive, extremely private, perfectionistic, always need to have a cause, and can burn out easily. And I can relate to all of them. I think a lot of those relate to people pleasing and fear of judgment and disapproval. It says like sensitive: when someone challenges or criticizes INFJ's principles or values, they are likely to receive an alarmingly strong response. People with the INFJ personality type are highly vulnerable to criticism and conflict. And it says, and questioning their motives is the quickest way to their bad side. So true. Extremely private. Like, if maybe since I'm filming this YouTube video, it doesn't seem like I'm extremely private, but I would say that I am extremely private. It says INFJs tend to present themselves as the culmination of an idea. This is partly because they believe in this idea, but also because INFJs are extremely private when it comes to their personal lives, using the image to keep themselves from having to truly open up, even to close friends. Trusting a new friend can be even more challenging for INFJs. I would say that I'm very trusting, but I think it is the whole people pleasing, fear of disapproval, judgment thing that results in me being extremely private and other INFJs being extremely private. The same with perfectionistic. That's exactly what perfectionism is. Can burn out easily. Their passion, poor patience for routine maintenance, tendency to present themselves as an ideal, and extreme privacy tend to leave INFJs with few options for letting off steam. People with this personality type are likely to exhaust themselves in short order if they don't find a way to balance their ideals with the realities of day-to-day living. I burn out all the time. Especially with blogging stuff, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Whenever I have spare time, this is what I want to be doing, which is amazing that this is now what I do, but it means that it's really easy to burn out and to not have that balance with other things. And I'm having every Friday as my rest day, and making sure I don't do anything blogging related. The only thing I might do is something on Instagram, but besides that, really just having a day for myself and trying to find some hobbies and that kind of thing that I can do that isn't this, because this used to be my hobby and now it's not my hobby anymore. I think you really need that outlet for just doing something where there's no pressure to get any kind of result it's just you do it for the enjoyment of doing it. So I am really looking forward to having Fridays to do that. And Steve doesn't work Fridays, he works Saturdays, Sundays. So I'm hoping as well that we can spend a lot of time together on Fridays, depending if he wants to go fishing or not. So it has strengths and weaknesses, and I think they're so interesting to read and so valuable just to know because some of these it's hard to see because you're so in it. And then I think the thing I like about this personality test is that when you read it, then you are like, oh, that's so true, and just understanding yourself a little better. And with the strengths, some of these I'm like, oh yeah, it's true, that is a strength of mine and I hadn't seen it. So it's not just being like, oh, these are the things I'm bad at. It's so good just to have this kind of like information. If you read this and it all feels like creepily true, then you've probably got the right one. If you read it and you're like, yeah, that kind of fits, then I recommend either redoing the test, probably on a different day so you don't remember. It's important not to answer what you think you should answer, but to answer what you actually want to answer, like to really not overthink it. And you can also have a look at the 16 different personality types and maybe be able to pick which one you are that way. But I think it's harder to do that because we pick the one we want to be rather than the one that we are. So it's got strengths and weaknesses. Then it has romantic relationships. So context for this section, I have been with Steve. He's been my only real boyfriend, and we met when we were 16. We've been dating ever since, and it's our 10-year anniversary on Monday. Crazy. And this basically says for me that I only want to have what does it say? Deep connections with people I care about. I feel like most people would probably like it'd have something like that, but yeah, I'm not going to read it all out for you, but like I don't know how interesting that would be. But that one I find interesting. What I find more interesting is the friendships one, because I was like, damn, that's true. So it says people with the INFJ personality type are unlikely to go for friendships of circumstance like workplace, social circles, or chatting up their local baristas when the only thing they really have in common is a day-to-day familiarity. Rather, INFJs seek out people who share their passions, interests, and ideologies, people with whom they can explore philosophies and subjects that they believe are truly meaningful. And I think this is why I was saying, like, I'm glad that the community I have created, a lot of them are this personality or one similar, because everyone there is kind of looking for the people like they can really truly connect with and talk about ideas rather than, that quote that's like, small minds talk about people, average minds talk about events, great minds talk about ideas. Like, I want to connect with the people who are talking about ideas rather than gossiping and that kind of thing. Though I do love gossip. Love my Kardashians. And yeah, it says as well about being extremely private, and INFJs are very insightful and have a particular knack for seeing beyond others' facades, interpreting intent and compatibility quickly and easily, and weeding out those who don't share the depth of their idealism. And then it says INFJs are often perfectionistic, looking for ultimate compatibility, and yet also look for someone with whom they can grow and improve in tandem. Needless to say, this is a tall order, and INFJs should try to remember that they are a particularly rare personality type, and even if they find someone compatible in that sense, the odds that they will also share every interest are slim. If they don't learn to meet others halfway and recognize that the kind of self-improvement and depth they demand is simply exhausting for many types, INFJs are likely end up abandoning healthy friendships in their infancy in search of more perfect compatibilities. And that is so true. Like, I really find it important to have those really true, meaningful friendships, and I don't have a large number of friendships because I would rather spend more time with the people that I really love and get along with, then lots of time catching up. I think it's best when you see someone enough that you don't have to catch up. Like you can talk about the future. Like it's great to catch up and talk about the past and reminisce, but I love talking about the future and what's coming up and like all of that kind of thing. So that's, I won't read anymore. It also has then a section on parenthood, which is interesting, but I don't know if this is true because I am not a parent yet. Then it has career paths, and funnily enough, for my personality type, it says that blogging is a good option, life coaches, good at writing and all of that kind of thing. So that's cool when you do it and you're like, I am doing that thing. And then like, I don't know how interesting this is reading out all of this, but I'm obsessed with this stuff, and I just want to show you what kinds of things it will tell you, so that if you're interested in taking the test, you can go to 16personalities.com. Again, I feel like this sounds like it's like a sponsored video or something. It is totally not. If they would like to pay me, please send me some money. But yeah, I just love this website and find it so helpful. So INFJ in the workplace, or it'll say whatever your personality type is in the workplace and tell you a bit about what you're like as a colleague, as a subordinate, as a manager. And this is why I wanted to also get the results for everyone that I knew, because I wanted to know how they see things, because not everyone sees things the same way I do. And then it just has a conclusion, and you can buy like a more in-depth one, which I did because I am a nerd. So anyway, that is just what I wanted to share, something that you might find helpful if you are wanting to know more about which personality type you have. I have found this the most helpful website that there is to break it down. And then, of course, being the kind of person I am, I have like Googled and found a lot of other websites that talk about all the different personality types, and they're helpful as well. But this is my favorite. So if you want to do it, 16personalities.com. I will leave a link below, as well as just to remind you that my type is INFJ if you want to know what I am. It says a lot more than what I've read out, but I didn't want to just sit here and read a thing to you, even though that's what I kind of did. So anyway, I hope you find this video helpful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.